You're listening to Interactive Wrestling Radio, featuring the Interactive Interview, courtesy of WrestlingEpicenter.com.
Well, hello there, everyone. My name is James Walsh, your master of ceremonies right here on WrestlingEpicenter.com, and today we bring you two different interviews. It depends which one you clicked on, guys, but either way, you're going to talk to a very, very lovely young lady. Either ODB, who has a new book out on walking on hot waffles. That is the name of the publisher, Walking on Hot Waffles, WOHW. I don't want to read out the title of her book. It's Jessica Creesa is ODB, One Dirty B Word. But it's out there now. It's a great book. If you have not got it, I got mine since I did the interview, and I've thumbed through it. What a great read this is. I sat through it. I read it in, I think it took me about 4 hours. What a great read this is. It's so much fun. And great stories about Impact and the Knockouts division and this woman's journey to success. ODB. You can get it now at Jessica Creesa's official website, as well as on the official Walking on Hot Waffles, WOHW website. You'll find the links at WrestlingEpicenter.com or in the comments, description, what have you, here on YouTube. The other guest is Jessie Belle Smothers, or better known as the woman who wants to make wrestling great again. She's Jessie Jones from WOW. So we went from WOHW to WOW. This one actually is a really cool interview because it was done through Zoom. It's one of my first ones done through Zoom ever. We've done a few media calls through Zoom. I just don't know that I want to be on camera, guys. I don't want to brush my hair. I got kind of wild, stringy blonde hair that kind of sticks out some places where it probably shouldn't stick. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a rock and roll look, right? And that's what I'm all about. But I'm not sure. I signed up to do Interactive Wrestling Radio, not Interactive Wrestling Video. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy these two interviews. Check out WoW Superheroes on syndication. For me, it's on Channel 7, AZTV7, and it's on Sunday evenings. I DVR it and I watch it on Monday. As soon as I finish work, that's one of the first things I put on every week, and man, it's one of the more fun wrestling shows out there. Everybody's getting into backstage fights and all this crazy stuff and all these other companies and hostile takeovers by son-in-laws. But WoW is just fun. So if you haven't been checking it out, WoW Women of Wrestling. That's it, guys. I'm done. Whichever one you tuned in for, enjoy the interview. Check out the store at WrestlingEpicenter.com. You can get some great wrestling DVDs, action figures, and more. All you got to do is go to WrestlingEpicenter.com and click the store link, or go to WrestlingEpicenter.com/Zen. See you guys on the flip side. Welcome back to Interactive Wrestling Radio. Joining us on the Newsmaker line for the first time via this way is somebody who joined us before, somebody I'm a big fan of. Of course, I'm speaking of WoW superhero Jessie Jones, formerly Jessie Belle, but Jessie Jones. Are you with me, ma'am?
I'm with you. How are you today?
It's such a pleasure to have you on once again. Like I said, we've had you on before, and man, it's a whole new day for WoW Women of Wrestling. You guys had a little bit of a hiatus. Gosh, it was almost 3 years between when you were last on TV, but you're back now with VIACOM. How huge is it for ladies wrestling to see WoW Women of Wrestling on this big platform?
It is monumental. That is literally all that you can say. I mean, we are the first ever all women's sports entertainment company to have a worldwide television footprint and giving women the spotlight that they've been deserving for a long time. So it's awesome.
It is awesome. And one thing that is also awesome is the report that came out just a couple of days ago about the viewership numbers. You guys are scraping at 300,000 viewers, which is, that's gigantic in this day and age.
Yeah, telling you, just wait. We'll be up to 1 million probably by the end of the season.
Absolutely. Well, I can't wait to see how high this thing will go. And that Viacom contract kind of came out of nowhere, but we had to know that it was going to be huge when you guys signed that deal. As somebody who's been with the company for a little while, when you guys lodged with Viacom, how much did you know that was going to impact the viewership of WoW?
Oh, I mean, having so much more of a market, and so much being to be able to be available to that many more homes. Like, I've been a wrestling fan since I was a kid, so I literally knew that as soon as wrestling fans had access to WoW Women of Wrestling, I knew that it would blow up.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I mentioned we had you on before, and unfortunately, when we did have you on before, it was before one of the people that we both were fond of passed away. You called him Pops. He was a big part of your career. How much did Tracy Smothers impact the trajectory of your professional wrestling career?
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. He was my everything. He wasn't just my trainer. He wasn't just my mentor. He wasn't just my friend. He was like a father to me. I would have quit a long time ago. But he was the one who encouraged me, the only person that I had in my life that would encourage me and tell me, stay at it, don't quit, don't give up. You're good, you're great. You are meant to do something in this business. Stay at it. So I stayed at it, and I hope that I have made him proud.
I'm sure you have. And one thing that has changed since you started in professional wrestling is women's opportunities are also on the rise. You guys have just a gigantic opportunity, not just in WoW, but on all over professional wrestling. Can you speak to how the opportunities for a female wrestler has changed from when you started to where we're at today?
Yeah, when I started, if the women got a chance to perform on the other major networks, they'd only have like a minute to 3 minutes of TV time. Like, they didn't have entrances, they didn't have a place. They were like a popcorn match. Like, hey, go get your concessions now. We're gonna throw the girls out there for a couple seconds. They were subjected to do like stupid stuff like evening gown matches, and just they weren't given the opportunity to show their athleticism and their charisma and everything that they could do. And because of AJ, actually, who tweeted, give women a chance, like, that's where women were finally like, hey, maybe we should give them a chance and see what we can do. And women involved in the sport took the ball and ran with it, and now they're being highlighted. And it's this I'm kind of sad that I didn't get to start in this era of women's wrestling versus starting when I did. But I am honored and privileged and blessed to be on the platform that I am with Women of Wrestling, working with women like AJ and Jeannie Buss. So, women who are interested in wrestling or just breaking through and coming in and training should consider themselves very lucky to come in after the AJ Mendez and Me Too movement, I guess, is like, that's what gave us the spot. But David McLean has also been an advocate for women's wrestling from the start. Like, he was
Absolutely.
probably the very
Glow
first
and,
to
yeah.
believe. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I talked to him on one of the media calls, and he was like the a league of their own, kind of the owner of the guys who ran a league of their own, because he's the only one
Yes,
who believed in it. And look how huge it's become. I mean, it's amazing.
absolutely, definitely.
You mentioned AJ Lee, AJ Mendez, as we know her in WoW. I mean, it's got to be huge since she was such a part of this revolution as we know it to have her on board as one of the announcers.
Definitely, absolutely. I mean, and not just as one of the announcers, as one of the, the veterans and the staples in the locker room, and somebody that, anybody can go to and learn from. And it's just, we are very privileged to have her with us.
I agree. And when I watch the show, I see the names that the girls have. As I mentioned, you're Jessie Jones, and I knew you as Jessie Bell. But I also look up well, I know that face, and I go on Google and I figure out where I might have seen them before. Your roster is full of more seasoned wrestlers than I think WoW has ever had in its 20-year+ history. Let's speak about how great this roster is compared to maybe even prior runs that we even saw recently.
Yeah, I'd say that we definitely have the best roster that we've had to date, and we're only going to keep getting more and more talented girls to become a part of the show as it grows and blows up. Which if I was a betting woman, I would put money and bank on that. Like, it's going to only just keep rocketing, keep skyrocketing. So yeah, this is definitely the best roster we've had, and we have a lot of incredibly talented girls that you'll recognize. We have a lot of new faces that you're going to fall in love with. So WoW is doing big things.
Absolutely. And we saw you don the infamous cap and make wrestling great again after you're falling out with Selina Majors, she was Bambi, for speaking of people who had previous names, and such a huge legend in wrestling. I guess my question would be, did you take much away from learning under Bambi or Selina Majors' learning tree?
Oh, of course. I learned so much from her, not just from like in ring, and things, but like out of the ring, inside of the ring. Like, she was a huge mentor.
Absolutely. And make wrestling great again. You haven't been doing that so much. I've been watching the shows. I haven't seen the hat come out yet. Might we see you return to the would that be Mawa? I guess Mawa. Make wrestling great again. How would we do
Make,
that?
make wrestling great again. Maybe the fans are just gonna have to stand up and reach out and like form a civil protest saying, hello, we want Jessie Jones to make wrestling great again. And then maybe they'll give me my hat back.
Now, you've been saying it, but it's true. You're the uncrowned tag team champion. It looks like you're looking for a tag team partner. Things didn't work out quite so well with BK Rhythm the other night, but is your goal still to chase tag team gold and WoW?
Absolutely, 100%. I just got to find a better partner. That was BK's fault. She's the one that got pinned.
Absolutely. And do you have any prospects on who that might be? Any hints? Anything for us?
It's basically going to be whoever I can talk into or force onto the corner, onto the apron. Like, I've stated before in the ring, in interviews, and to David, I don't need a tag team partner. I'll prop a mop with a wig up there and do everything myself. I think it'd be better if I just never it's all good as long as I'm in the ring. It's when I tag out and get on the apron when it all falls apart. So maybe I can have an inanimate object as a partner.
We've seen you at the top of the card before in matches against gals like Tessa Blanchard and them. Any goals on possibly holding singles gold?
Yeah, I've stated to David quite a few times that I think it's silly that as far as singles wrestling goes, actually, like even in the tag wrestling, like I have never been pinned and I have never tapped out. I am undefeated and in singles competition, and there's girls who I've beaten who have gotten title shots. I don't think I'm David's cup of tea, He's like, she's hard-headed, she's stubborn, she says exactly what she thinks, and she is not willing to budge on her roots. So I might need to hire Sophia Lopez. She seems to be pretty good at getting people title shots, even brand new people who've never even wrestled for a while. I mean, you saw Tormenta come out and get a title shot just like that on the last show. And I'm like, props to her. She looks tough as nails and, stuff like that. But she didn't pay her dues in the WoW ring to get that title shot. I have, but I didn't get it. I paid my dues and I got my titles taken. So we'll see. True. Maybe I need to hire Sophia to get me that title shot if I get annoyed with finding a partner.
WoW has kind of been one of the first shows that ran it like a TV show to some extent. What I mean by that is, like, you guys had a start date and an end date. Are we going to see that again with this run of WoW, or is it pretty much going to be, this is going to be the platform going forward? You guys are going to be on weekly and there's no like, okay, we're all building towards the Super Bowl and then we're off for 6 months.
As far as I know, the train has left the tracks and it ain't stopping.
That sounds perfect. All right. Well, I know you got a lot of these to do today, and I don't want to take up too much of your time. But before I do let you go, do you mind if I ask for one favor from you?
Sure.
Do you mind if I ask for a station ID, just saying this is Jessie Jones? You could throw in a Make Wrestling Great Again if you'd like. I wouldn't mind that, actually. And and you're listening to the Wrestling Epicenter.
Okay. Hey, y'all. This is Jessie Jones, and you're listening to the Wrestling Epicenter.
That's perfect. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it, guys. And I will let you know when I get this up and online.
Interactive Wrestling Radio.
Interactive Wrestling Radio. Interactive Wrestling Radio. Interactive Wrestling Radio. Interactive Wrestling Radio. Interactive Wrestling Radio. Interactive Wrestling Radio. Oh, for us.
Featuring the interactive interview.
Interactive interview. Interactive interview. Interactive interview. Interactive interview. Interactive interview. Interactive interview. Oh, yeah.
Formerly The Blaze.
The Blaze. The Blaze. The Blaze. The Blaze. The Blaze. The Blaze. The Blaze. The Blaze. The Blaze. The Blaze rock.
You're a maniac, so what you gonna do when a Blaze of Maniac runs wild on you?
On WrestlingEpicenter.com.
Wrestling Epicenter.
Wrestling
Epicenter. Wrestling
Epicenter.
Wrestling Epicenter.
Wrestling Epicenter. The Wrestling Epicenter. Don't get off.
And now we shamelessly name drop from our history.
The Wrestling Epicenter would like to apologize for the following.
All right, everybody. Viva la raza. Viva la raza.
Hey, y'all.
Hello, ladies.
Hey guys, we had a lovely conversation.
First lady.
Absolutely. Oh, look at me. She's so kooky.
Be there. Where else?
Interactive Wrestling Radio.
Wrestling
Epicenter.
Oh my god, you win! Wow, being interactive.
Whoa! I just got some nice. I was gonna shoot him. I almost missed my pants. Breaking neck. I got 2 words for you. I've heard a lot about you guys. But here, let's go. I see my language. You're gonna go to the shop. I see him now. We're into the many.
No nerves.
That was great. It's gonna be cool. Woo! What it's all about. The purest point of the living legend. Rock and roll arrogant.
You're listening to me.
Instead of statement, I'm talking to you.
So Lindley without you.
Yeah.
In the land of extreme.
Testify. Nevermore. Interactive interview. I'm not just the best. Interactive interview with a plastic
You
head.
earned the right.
Nobody. Hey, you better keep listening. Thank you very much. Controversy creates cash. Professional wrestling.
Made in the USA, baby.
Memphis wrestling. The guy on fire. I'm not
We were sexy.
What a show.
The one and only.
Interactive Wrestling Radio.
Wrestling Epicenter.
Interactive interview. We took care of the business. This isn't ballet. We are huge with this whole. You're where it's at. You gotta recognize who's the best. If you're smart, make sure you tune in each and every week. I'll come out of your computer. Knock down your door and turn it on for you. Or else I'm gonna kick your stinking teeth in. And that's the bottom line.
Have a nice day.
It's showtime!
Don't forget to like and subscribe.